Welcome, and thank you for joining in and taking some time to learn about this company that we call uTHRiV. Today, I'm joined by our founders, President, CEO, Joe Tesson, and product formulator, Benny Graham. And what we want to do is share with you about this community that we call uTHRiV. It's right in our name. The U and the I is lowercase, and it's that way for a reason. Because, gang, it's not about you and it's not about just I, but it's about us as a team, us together, going out and helping others achieve a thriving lifestyle. The other four areas that we talk about in our name is the T, the H, the R, and the V. And they're capitalized for a reason because, gang, we think if you get the T, the thinking part right, that you can change not only your life, but the ones around you's life. And in the health, the H quadrant, it's all about getting a healthy lifestyle, being a better you. And the R stands for resources. You know, it always takes a little bit extra to make those things work. I would assume that everyone would agree with me that they may not have enough to do everything that it is that they want to do in life. And here at uTHRiV, we help people achieve a part-time income. And gang, the last part is the village, the V. And we think if we get the first three things together, if we make the first, the T, the H, and the R, if we make all of those combined, that equals the village, and that allows us to go out and help our community and help our village truly thrive. And Joe, I know that the T area, the thinking area, is most important to you. Can you share with everybody listening in tonight about that on your heart?
Yeah, I'd love to, JP. And you know, first of all, thanks for having us and giving us this opportunity to share this company. I love to hear you talk about it, the T, the H, the R, and the V, and the flow. And you're right, it begins to me with the thinking because in my years of traveling as a corporate coach and consultant, life coach, and then building teams in this industry over the last decade or so, one of the things that I discover is that while everybody's headed somewhere in life, most people aren't heading there with a purpose. They don't have a real purpose. They don't have a real plan. We've talked about this a lot over the years as we've worked together coaching and talking with people. And what I really believe, Albert Einstein said it this way. He said, you can't solve your current problems with the same thinking you used when you created them, right? So we understand the value of thinking, the value of our mind. And let me say this to kind of begin where we want to go, talking about the vision of uTHRiV for the next few minutes. I think that every person, I know it's true of you and me and Benny, and I believe it's true of everyone watching this video, whether they're watching it on a computer or whether they're in somebody's living room, whoever's watching this video, I believe this is true. There's three things that every one of us have this deep drive inside. I don't know if we'd articulate it quite this way, everybody, but we desire autonomy. I know I do. We want freedom. We want to be free to be ourselves and to live the life that we want to live and make our own choices. I think we all have this deep desire for financial independence. We want to be independent financially, right? When I live this life I want to live, I don't want to have to worry about what the checkbook says. But then the third drive that I think we all have, and it's maybe the most important one, and it's what really touches to the heart of uTHRiV and who we are, it's that we all want to discover our life's purpose and then build a life that allows us to accomplish that purpose. I think it was Mark Twain that said it the first time. It's been quoted by many people. The two most important days in every human being's life is the day they're born and the day they discover why. So for me, the thinking quadrant, if we can figure out who we are and why we're here and then build a life around that and grow our mind, it really is the first foundational piece of a thriving life, and it sets us up for the rest of the things that you're going to talk about.
Absolutely, and I know that it's all about getting the stinking thinking out of the way, and that starts even thinking about our health, and that kind of leads us to how you guys founded this company with the flagship product Plus5. And so, Benny, this being the not so average water enhancer, not your average water enhancer, could you explain to people how this is changing people's lives in this little product right here?
Yeah, I'd love to. You know, I like to tell people it's the easy way to get 5 a day and a whole lot more. And then you look right here on the label, it says not your average water enhancer. And here's what I mean by that. It is designed to be a water enhancer, sure, but it's different. And it's different in so many ways, but it's loaded. It's literally loaded with dense plant-based nutrition. And that comes from 5 real fruits and 5 real vegetables, simple, right? And it has all of these things you know we're aware of, we need to consume more of on a consistent basis. We need to eat more of them every day. We just don't have the time to do so. And then also in the nutritional world, we've all heard this, we hear it every day just about now. There's a buzzword, antioxidants. We hear it every day. Well, get this, the antioxidant value of +5 far exceeds the daily required amount that we need every single day. I mean, it's off the charts, right? Just one serving exceeds the daily requirements of your fruits and vegetables. It has over 53,000 ORAC units. 53,000, and that's how you measure antioxidants in foods and beverages. And that, in fact, exceeds the daily required amount by more than 10 times. That's powerful. That's powerful. It also provides simple things like dietary soluble fiber. 5 grams of dietary fiber. We all need more of that in our daily diet, along with a nice vitamin and mineral profile. But you know, there's something about this that really puts it in a league of its own. It puts it out there above and beyond anything else, and that's whole leaf aloe vera. We all know the power of the plant. The plant is an absolute miracle. You think about it. We've known this our whole life. Like if you burn your arm or you scrape or you get cut, topically it's wonderful. It has such healing properties because you put it on that area and it tends to heal it. Well, guess what? Amazingly, when you drink this, when you drink aloe vera, it has the same healing properties on the inside. It does the exact same thing. So it gives a sense of ease, I like to say, to the digestive system and brings it into a balance and helps it heal and repair the way we were designed to do. But there's even more about aloe vera that I really like. There's so much about it, but think about this. It actually increases the absorption rate of the nutrients within its presence. So it takes the value of +5 to a whole new level. It's like adding a supercharger to it. So with this little bottle, we've got fruits and vegetables, super concentrated. We've got dietary soluble fiber. We've got vitamins and minerals, and all of that is supercharged by the power of aloe vera. So it only made sense to me to use aloe vera. It was a no-brainer with all these things in mind to use aloe vera as the main catalyst for all the components within this little bottle. I mean, it just made perfect sense. The product is doing wonderful things for people, and there's nothing out there that compares to it.
Well, I know it's simple to use. I just poured it in this glass of water and it mixes so well and tastes great too, you know. Could you share with them why you created this product, where this idea came from?
Oh man, you guys know there's so many reasons, but I'll just get right down to the heart of my mission with +5 and uTHRiV. I mean, think about it, America's sick. I mean, we're a sick society. Really, if you look at the statistics concerning the state of America's health, it's alarming. And I'm going to share a couple of those, or a few of those with you guys right now. It blows my mind. Think about this. Every 33 seconds, someone in the United States dies from cardiovascular disease. Prescription drugs kill one person every 19 minutes. 7 out of 10 Americans are overweight or obese. Nearly half of all Americans are pre-diabetic or diabetic. It's becoming an epidemic. It really is. More than 100 million Americans suffer from chronic pain and inflammation. This one's pretty shocking. In 1980, 1 in 250,000 kids had autism. Today it's 1 in 45. And it's projected that it'll be 1 in 2 by 2025. Are we going in the right direction? It's unbelievable. Chances that you will have cancer. If you're a man, it's 50% chance. If you're a woman, it's 33% chance. I'm not going to own up to that. I don't believe it, but that's a statistic. And it's recently been stated that this generation of children are expected to have a shorter lifespan than their parents. What's wrong? I mean, those are terrible. Why are we so sick? I just can't fathom it. And you know, these things strike home in my family. They really do. I mean, I've got countless relatives who have died prematurely because they fell into the regimen of the way things are in our medical community. And it just doesn't make sense to me. And even most recently, it's my dad. I mean, it's hard for me to talk about it without getting emotional, but you guys know the situation. I mean, my dad, at the early to middle 50s, I remember clearly, he was one of the strongest, toughest men I ever knew. You look up to him, man, I still do. But I remember he had a condition where his blood pressure was a little high, and he goes to the doctor, and of course he was prescribed a beta blocker. And I can remember, I hear the conversations he had with my mom. It was like, I feel really weird. I feel dizzy, I'm not at ease, and something's just not right. And long story short, he goes back to the doctor, and he fell into this rhythmic pattern that so many fall victim to. It was one prescription after another. And he ended up retiring early. He was eventually sorting through fistfuls of pills, every day. His body was so out of whack, and man, it was dwindling him down. So this tough guy was going downhill. And today, at a young age of 78, he literally went through a process to where his body has deteriorated. And he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, Lewy body syndrome, dementia, and he's in a nursing home. He suffered a major stroke, and his brain is literally deteriorating. And it's hard to talk about it, but I have to. I mean, we have to care for my dad. He has to have 24-hour care. Has to be fed, he has to be changed. And I look at this man, and I think, how can such a strong, powerful person be whittled down to that? It's just so unfair. And I ask these questions, could it have been different? Yes, it could have been different. Could it be so simple as if instead of him choosing that regimen to just balance his nutrition and get his lifestyle in order? Could it really be as simple as this? Eating more fruits and vegetables every single day. Think about it. Eating the things that God put on this planet to heal our bodies. Could it really be that simple? I believe with all my heart, yes, it is that simple. We're overcomplicating things. So let me ask you a couple of questions. How many of you, on a consistent basis, consume 5 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day of your life?
I do.
No. Without +5, it just doesn't happen, right? I can't do it. It's an impossible task. In fact, 90% or more of Americans can't seem to accomplish that simple task every day of their life. You can't do it. It's impossible. So let me ask you this. If you were to consume 5 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day of your life, do you think that it would impact your health in a positive way? Of course it would. We all know that. See, that's the problem. We all know it, but no one can seem to manage to do it. Our entire medical community agrees. Our doctors, the disease societies, our parents taught us, our grandparents, even our teachers, the same message has been preached the whole time. Eat more fruits and vegetables if you want to live a healthier life. But let's face it, we're too busy. We're not going to do it. Obviously we're not going to do it. So my goal was to develop, getting back to why, there's so many reasons, but why I did. I wanted to develop a product that would give any person, anyone, the ability to get a blast of true, real nutrition on a daily basis without interfering with their busy life. And this is it. Man, this is it, +5. There's no excuses, just what we did. You dump it in a glass of water, you chug it down, it gets your digestive system in line, and amazing things start to happen. Remarkable things start to happen to your body. It's daily maintenance, which is what we're missing. We're simply missing a maintenance regimen, and this is it. But let's make one thing perfectly clear. We're not saying that this is a cure, it's not a treatment, it's not something to prevent disease. It's just a simple fact that this product's not the miracle. Our body is the miracle. The human body is a miracle. It was designed in a way to heal, repair, and regenerate if we give it the tools that it needs to do so. And +5 is a tool. I think it's the greatest tool we can have in today's world that fits in, that gives us that daily balance to let the body do what it was designed to do miraculously. And it's that simple. It's that simple.
You talk about fitting in. It's really about the convenience. I'm sure there's somebody listening in that got a meal through a drive-through window either today or in the last 24 hours. And so it truly is about the convenient way to get the nutrients, to get the daily maintenance that we need for our body. And speaking on those same terms of convenient and fast-paced life, you know, there's so many people out there that's working extra hours, working overtime, working a second part-time job or whatnot. And, you know, that really covers the R, the resources that we were talking about earlier. You know, we have a part-time income opportunity that I think's changed people's lives here with uTHRiV. And it's very simple, very convenient, just by sharing these amazing products that we've got. You know, you'll hear about a 30-day challenge and how you yourself may could take advantage of a 30-day challenge. And I think that's how we truly change people's lives, by just sharing something and getting a small percentage, a small override for sharing it with others, with our friends and family members. And that really is, once we create the thinking and the health and the resources, once we get all those right, that brings us right back to the village. And I know that uTHRiV is about creating a thriving community, a thriving environment. So for the last few minutes, could you share with us about this thriving environment that we're talking about?
Yeah, I'd love to, JP. And you know, I listen to Benny and I get more passionate about the product every time he talks. I remember that day that I called him. He had created this product, and I knew that we were supposed to go and create this company. And I called Benny from an airport and I said, what are you doing with +5? And it began a conversation because I understood the value of good nutrition. Now, I'm not the nutritionalist like Benny is, obviously, you know, but he's working on us. He's helping us on a consistent basis. But you're exactly right. I mean, what it's all about for us as a company is it's about this holistic approach to personally thriving. Because I know that every one of us were put on the planet to thrive. We've been designed and we're destined for so much more than most of us are experiencing. And so the idea with uTHRiV is to help people, as you've perfectly articulated, in these 4 areas: thinking, health, resources, and village, to create, to build this thriving life. Because, and I would even challenge, you know, the folks watching this video, I would challenge you to ask yourself the question simply, are you thriving? Right? Are you thriving in your thinking? Are you thriving in your health? Are you thriving in your resources? Are you thriving in your village? And if in any area you're not, don't you believe you were designed to? Right? There is a better way. All the statistics, I shudder every time Benny shares this stuff. It doesn't have to be this way. Right? And as he said, we're not curing anything. We're not healing anything. We're just showing people a better way by using +5. And so I would say this, JP. Brendan Brouchard, a guy that I read and follow a lot, he says at the end of every person's life, there's 3 big questions that we're all going to ask. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, we're all going to ask these questions. Did I live? Did I love? And did I matter? Right? When I look back over the course of my life, if given the opportunity to look back, did I really live? Did I really love? And I think back to that purpose question that I asked earlier. Did I matter? Did my life make a difference? Is anybody still going to be talking about the fact that I was here 5 years after I'm not here anymore? Not from an ego place, but from I made a difference. And so our heart, our passion at uTHRiV is to create a culture of people that want to come together around a common mission, with a cause, with a purpose, to help people thrive, not just in some, but in every area of their lives, in their thinking. Know that there was a purpose for their existence, and being able to have the ability to build a life that allows me to live into that purpose. Being healthy, because hey, no matter how much I understand my purpose, if I'm not here because of something that I could have avoided just through a simple habit of fruits and vegetables on a daily basis, or if I'm here and I'm not experiencing a quality of life, even if I'm here but I don't have the quality because of poor decisions that I made in my health, or as you talked about briefly, if I'm struggling financially. And so we brought all this together to create an opportunity for people. And you know, I love what you said, the 30-day challenge, man. We just encourage people, take the challenge, try the product. We know it's going to impact your lives. And so, you know, for us, it really is, it's a cause. It's a mission. It's bigger than any one of us. It's bigger than all three of us. It's bigger than us plus everyone watching. But together, as we come together, I think we can really do something great. You know, I love the late Steve Jobs, and his motto at his company was think differently. And, you know, he had this quote that he would say, and he would sum up this quote and just say, it's the ones crazy enough to think they can change the world. They're the ones that actually do. And I'm just proud to be surrounded by a couple of other crazies, right? Because we're crazy enough to think we can change the world, but we need people to partner with us to do it.
Yep.
Absolutely. You know, as I think back to the culture and what it's mean and how it's made a difference in our lives, you know, I would invite you to take that 30-day challenge that Joe was talking about. I would invite you to maybe become a brand partner and figure out which area in your life you're not thriving at, and come alongside of us and let us help you thrive in all of those areas. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.